This is the second part of Chapter 4 on disk management tasks. Um, we're going to scan for new disks. Usually this takes about 10 minutes, but what you have to do is, of course, go to your Start menu again. This is kind of another rehash, but you go to your Start menu, right-click on your computer, go to Manage, um, and then if you're prompted, of course, to put in your authorization, you'll have to go ahead and put your password in. In the left-hand console navigation pane, we want to click the Device Manager again. In the Details pane, right-click the computer name at the top of the device list, and then click Scan for hardware changes. And that would be right here. You just right-click your computer and scan for hardware changes. Now, like I say, this usually takes about 10 minutes, but mine's a brand new one, and so it doesn't take that long. Down here, you can see that it's open up down at the bottom um, to display that. In the details in the right-hand pane, the computer name at the top of the device, um, and we can scan for hardware changes like we just did. In the left-hand console navigation pane, if you click the disk management item below storage to select it, which is over here, and it's got more actions. They don't have a lot of things, but you can look for the device by connections, resource type, resource by connections, or show hidden devices, or you can customize. You can also go into your disk management and you can rescan your disk, and this will force Windows 7 to scan for disks attached to any hardware, new hardware that was found. In the lower view of the disk management console, make sure no disks are reported as unknown. Every disk should have, you should know what it is. And here's my McAfee popping up, so let's just go ahead and get rid of this. I hate those things that they put on your computer. You can also check for disk health, which we did when we did the disk cleanup, and we got rid of a bunch of the cookies and everything else. The check disk command utility line is also available for use at the command prompt or from the script. Check disk is if you have a damage or corrupted data, it will go through there and it will report the bad sectors on the disk. Even if the disk is physically okay, misbehaving device drivers, applications, or intermittent faults of the hardware itself can logically corrupt a file that is written to the disk. So on the disk cleanup and more options, if you want here, all programs, accessories, PC tools, and again, if you went to the disk cleanup, it will do the same thing that we did before. It will go through all of this. Um, you can go down here to clean up system files. You can, of course, view your files that we did before. It'll also tell you how does disk cleanup work. It says if you want to reduce the number of unnecessary files on your hard disk to free up disk space and help your computer run faster, use the disk cleanup. It removes temporary files, empties the recycle bin, and removes a variety of system files and other things that are no longer needed. You can go and watch a video, which is better than mine, I'm sure, at the website here. Um, in the drivers, you can which ones you want to clean up. Usually it's just the C because most people don't have more than one hard drive. One thing you want to note, whether you're in the run command or just in the local disk properties, if you run a check disk on the local C, uh, you want to select the check boxes next to the automatically fix file system errors and scan for an attempt recovery of bad sectors. Another thing, if you go into My Computer and you want to go into your C drive, your main drive, it has a bunch of stuff here. There's your drivers. All your drivers will be here. Your audio drivers, your network drivers, storage drivers, videos. It'll also, your Intel files, your preferred logs, your program files, program data, your temporary files, your users, your Windows. All of this is listed under the C drive in your computer. You can also go back and you can go into either your DVD drive if you want to listen to music or watch a video. You can also burn discs. I have Roxio on mine. There's lots of different programs out there that allow you to do that. You can also look at your desktop. I have always a lot of things on my desktop because I like everything to be handy. So I have that. And let's see, downloads. This will show you recent downloads. I downloaded Chrome, of course. I'm trying to get all my schoolwork done, so I'm downloading these, even though I'm not quite sure on some of them what I'm supposed to do. These are the recent places that I've been. These are my folders for Cisco 102 and labs and um, all of the different things that I have been into recently. And so that concludes the last one on Chapter 4 under Disk Management and checking the C drive for errors and what's on your computer.